Lockdown and damaged fail-safe systems.
Yes, we're running. Like, okay, explain the story why we're running through this whole
Assets
thing.
to
Explain
our
the story. Let's go.
devastated.
Explain it.
Operation Piccolo has begun.
Quick,
Well,
explain it before the
when
strike's over. I'm not running.
Piccolo? Really?
We don't have to call
when
it
I
that.
was still
We'll
in
give it a better name.
when I was going to college,
Later.
my roommate, he was a Hmong guy. The the guy would always
You mean like college and like UT Mercedes?
yeah.
You
The
went to college and wait, Funzo was that American too? What the fuck? But they're only on Thailand.
Damn, fucking died.
this is not about Pat Song, Phil. This is a different story.
Okay.
Well,
It
anyways,
sounded like it's not fun. Continue on.
the guy who I went to I used to room with him in Merced, but he lived in Fresno, so every weekend or every other weekend he would go down to Fresno, and he's like one of those people that likes to fish, right? You know, those Hmong people, they always fish, you know, all the time. He's one of those. He's one of those dudes, and anyway, so he goes out one weekend, and then he doesn't come back, and he's gone for like 2-3 days, and he's missing school. So I'm like, dude, where the fuck is this guy? So I call his parents, and it turns out that the guy like he saw like a freaking ghost or some shit at the lake, and they had to do what do you call it, jingle bells for him, you know, whatever. Yeah. Well, anyways, when he came back, he told me the story, and basically what had happened was he went over to this place called Lost Lake, right?
You lost it with that, huh?
Yeah, and anyways, he took his little brother with him, and so they're fishing, and it's getting late. It's getting like, it's 5 or 6, but that's when it's getting dark, right? It's that time of year where it gets dark pretty quick. So they're about to go home, and on their so they're driving out, and on their way out they see a Hmong guy on the side of the road, and the car, he says he needs to jump on his car because his car is parked on the side. So they're like, well, we don't have the cables, we don't have the jumper or whatever you call it, you know, so they can't jump his car. But the guy's from Fresno anyway, so they're like, okay, well, we could drop you off in Fresno and you can just pick it up tomorrow or something. So they end up just giving him a ride, and they're just talking in the car. It's a cool guy, just a Hmong guy, talking about fishing and shit and stuff like that. And on their way home, the little brother, he's getting hungry, right? Because they've been eating all day. So my friend stops by McDonald's to buy him something to eat. And when he's in the drive-through, and his little brother, he's looking in the rearview mirror, and he just starts crying, and then the older brother's like, what the hell are you crying for? So they get out of the car, and they go inside because the brother's freaking out, and the other Hmong guy, he's just sitting on the inside the car still. So but they go inside McDonald's because the little brother's crying. So my roommate asks him why he's crying, and he says, when I'm looking in the rear view, I looked in the rear view mirror, and that Hmong guy, he wasn't there. Like, because he's a ghost, right? So they were freaking out, and the brother, he can't freaking believe it. So he goes into the car, but when he goes to the car, the Hmong guy is gone, and they're freaking out. So they go home, and then they're both freaking out. They're like, what the fuck is going on here? And the little kid, he's like 12 or 11. He's not like a baby, so yeah. So they're hella freaking out, and then they gotta call the relatives over and shit. And basically the next morning, like they do the jingle bell crap, right? But when the mom goes into the car, she finds the guy's wallet, and it turns out that the guy was his mom's boyfriend in high school, and he died drowning at Lost Lake, dude.
Ripping things out. Using
And it's
circuits.
freaking crazy, dude. Yeah.
Handled quite a few of them actually.
So
Guess they're not the ones
he
we want.
he
We'll keep looking.
that
We're
year
investigating new arc pulses now.
that year he dropped out of school, dude, because that shit freaking, because it was his mom's boyfriend that died in Lost Lake. He drowned over there, and his wallet was actually in the car, dude.
Can you hear me now? I'm back.
But yeah, dude, freaking scary, dude.
Gotta see that's show my
But I killed the thief.
This
How
story.
did you do that?
Right.
I'm
To be
the
honest,
best. is
I
how.
believe that
I've
because
helped so
something
many
happened like
guardians
that
today.
once.